Hey guys, Mighty Gazelle here, back with more reading the My Hero Academia manga. This is chapter 345. No title yet. Um, wow. Last we left off, All for One and the heroes began their clash. And the heroes had a very good plan that surprised even me. They had a Monoma copy Kurogiri's quirk, and they are now attempting to separate the villains by warping them to different locations. And man, like, what a chapter. We also had Shinzo stepping into the fray, doing a really good job too. Not into the fray. They revealed he was part of the plan as well. And I just want to see who's fighting who. I want to see some battling happen. Because we're here. This is the final arc of the series, and it's wild. So, let me just quickly widen this. Okay. Let's dive on in, shall we? If I look extremely tired, I had a long day, and just kind of woke up here at 1:30 in the morning and hit record. So, apologies if I look disheveled or whatever. So, I also didn't really care to do the lighting and stuff. That's a big part too. Anyway, let's begin. First panel, we get our, looks like shots of the various little prisons that they sprung up on the villains. The second war continues. The cage is moving. Hey, wait a second. Do they really think this will hold us back? Shouts a guy who looks very familiar. This guy looks like the guy from the USJ. I know this because I'm a freaking nerd, but if you had to remember, way back in the USJ, back when they were the League of Villains and they appeared and they had a bunch of like hoodlums like helping them fight the students. There was a water guy. I can't remember if his quirk was the one that made like the water hand and stuff. But he looks like an amphibious creature. He's back. I don't know if that's just a cameo or if he's actually going to play a role, but he wasn't that strong if he got outwitted by Deku in his like first ever combat experience. But yeah, that's kind of cool. That's a cool cameo. So next to him, though, we have Toga and some other villains who are getting bounced around in this like cage, I guess. Toga shouts, "Break through it," as she's thinking of Deku? Now, she shouts. Or Deku's just like watching this. Which is probably both true. She could be thinking of him as he's watching this. I don't know. And boom, they actually do break out of it with the help of one gargantuan looking Nomu who looks very ripped. And then I love how you have like two different groups breaking out. You have the Nomu who's just like, raw, he breaks out of it. And then down below, you just have one very normal looking small guy. He just kicks. Like, how weak are these barriers? He just kicks it with his foot. Kick. But yeah, they break out of it. Your pathetic little cage, as we get Dabi looking fierce here, didn't even last 3 seconds. As he's reaching out with his like fire hand. He looks bad. That's a badass shot of Dabi, actually. 3 seconds was all we needed. As we get is that Bakugo? We only see a silhouette, but the costume looks like his. With is that Ida? Same with Ida. Looks like it kind of looks like Ida. And then is that Burnin? Question mark to the right. There's 3 silhouettes. 3 seconds was all we needed. Says presumably Bakugo. Restrict their movements as we get or was that Todoroki? That was Todoroki. My bad. I looked like Bakugo for a weird second. That was Todoroki. And then it was Ida going in for a kick, and then Burnin too. They're trying to keep them back, push them back into their what's left of the cages. By the way, the people next to Dabi, one guy has like this crazy looking jaw. It almost looks like a Gantomakia's jaw, but I don't know who that is. I just want to take note of that. Scatter them! Everyone shouts as we get Endeavor also pushing people back into the what's left of the cages. And as we get Froppy and Uraka heading into the fray too. Deku, seize the moment, shouts Bakugo. Yeah, says Deku. Oh my god, okay. This is nuts. All right, this is nuts. You just gotta like take this perspective. Like this is the end of the whole series we're like witnessing here, and you see like Bakugo and Deku side by side, and Bakugo shouting, "Deku, seize the moment." Well, to be fair, Bakugo doesn't say "seize the moment." He just shouts "Deku," and then in a thought bubble, he sees the moment, and then Deku shouts, "Yeah, everything." In order to fully separate you, you had to get sucked into the warp gates at the same time. As we get Monoma, dude, looking great right here. He's just shouting, "Get a load of this." Yeah, he's having a great time. That's awesome. What a great moment from Monoma. This can't be. You capitalist pigs. Just how much money did you spend on this? Who's saying this? What villain? I think we've seen this guy before. I don't know what that villain's name is. How'd you like that? I bet you're gonna love our anti-decay measures too. Why does this guy looks kind of like why does this guy look like Crust so much? Crust have a brother or something? How do you like that? I bet you're gonna love our anti-decay measures too. You thought you could just waltz in here and do as you please. Well, now you're gonna pay for it. Yeah, as I continue to shove them through all the portals, and then Nejire's here. Okay, they shout "Rah!" and then they like just keep pushing him through the portal with attacks. Bakugo doing the explosions. Nejire, I'm pretty sure that's Nejire with the short hair and stuff, flying above them, shooting. We have Mirko with that metal arm there. Looks like Edshot is also there, and Deku, just using whatever range attacks they have. Something just grabbed Deku. Something attached to Deku, like some sort of whip or something. Blow him to bits, shouts Bakugo, as in the background you see Deku getting pulled through a portal. Okay. And Deku says, "What? Huh?" says Bakugo as he turns around like, "Nani?" And then before you know it, we're looking at the battlefield again. And the number of people on this site has dramatically reduced. It's not completely zero. In fact, I'm pretty sure this is probably one of the locations I chose to fight. They just left like way less of them here. We see one Kurogiri portal still open. I assume that's Monoma. And some people around it. And then where the villains were, there's still a few scattered here and there, it looks like. So this battlefield is dramatically reduced in number of players. All Might shouts, "Fat Gum, capture everyone the gates missed. You're in command." Okay. So whatever stragglers are left, like I'm sure there was bound to be a few left over. "Take good care of young Aoyama." "Roger that," shouts Fat. And Aoyama's still there. And Fat Gum says, We'll beat you here. That was a hell of a bluff, kid." As he looks down at Aoyama, and he just "Merci." Looks all like kind of panicky. But now we're cutting to Monoma. "Young Monoma, regroup with Aizawa." "On it," says Monoma. That's crazy. Imagine like, because he extended his ability to 10 minutes, right, per quirk, at the very least at this point. Wow, dude, him with Kurogiri's warp gate. That's crazy. Wow. The separation was successful. The real battle starts now. Okay, here's what I wanted to see. Hopefully they tease the groups that are going to be battling so we can start speculating throughout the week, like who's going to fight who, how's it going to go. It's crazy, dude. We're about to see what the final fights are going to be for this. Time for phase 2. Okay, first shot is a huge shot. Okay, whoa. All right, we're already starting off pretty juicy here. Out of the warp gates. Okay, let's start with the villain side first. The villains here are All For One, the OG body, floating in the air, and then you have a bunch of minions. He might have some Nomu here. Let me see if he has any Nomu. I actually don't see... Oh, I see one Nomu. One Nomu for sure. one, maybe two Nomu here. But then there's a lot of like random villains, you know. For the heroes, we have it's not Pixie Bob. What's the one that does the earthbending stuff? Is that Pixie Bob? I'm so sorry. I get the Wild Wild Pussycats confused sometimes. We have her. We have Endeavor. We have Tokoyami, Kamui Woods, Hound Dog. I think it's Hound Dog. But that might not be Hound Dog. I can't really tell. No, Pixie Bob's the guy. So we have Pixie Bob. And then we have one of the girls. Let's see. Who else is notable here? There's one more. Is that in the back? Is that the jetpack hero? The one that they allude to like way in the beginning of the season? I can't remember his name. But anyway. Wow. Oh no, we get Hawks. Hawks flying right behind All For One. And his wings are back, but they look very like thin. I bet you Hawk's not at full strength right now. But dude, that's a good fight right there. I didn't expect Endeavor to go against All For One. That'll be a good fight though. We have Tokoyami here too, dude. They got some heavy hitters here. Kamui Woods. Wow. Okay, so all right, that's a good one. Time for phase 2, and then Hawk says, "Welcome." As he hits, he slashes across the headgear of All For One. Gunga Mountain, says All For One, looks like relatively unfazed from that hit. I see. So they got put to Gunga Mountain. Nice. I wonder. Okay, I'm also curious the locations they choose for this. That's actually gonna be really curious. Gunga Mountain. I see. Hawk says, "I'm sorry, Endeavor-san. My attacks don't have enough power to go through that thing he's wearing." Yeah, his wings are pretty effed up. They're pretty thin. Does he have 2 regular swords? I don't think those are his feathers. I think those are just swords. I could be, correct me if I'm wrong. Those don't look like feathers. Endeavor says, "No stress. I wasn't expecting that anyway." Dude, this is crazy. All this is crazy. It's Endeavor versus All Might's like rival of all time, you know? Like this actually is really fitting because like as we know, Endeavor always wanted to surpass All Might. Can he be the one to finally kill the body of All For One? Obviously he had to live on through Shigaraki, but like that'd be pretty symbolic. Interesting, he's not versing Dabi. So does that mean Todoroki's versing Dabi? That's wow. Already a different curveball than I expected here. Endeavor's about to have a huge speech. He says, "All For One revealed that sludgy warp quirk in the Battle of Kamino. It seems to be an inferior version of Kurogiri's." Yeah, we know this. The reach of his warp is a lot shorter, and the user can't warp themselves either. We fortified the UA barrier, taking all of that into account. All of this was due to your hubris, and it will now lead to your downfall. Hell yeah, dude. Oh, that's sick. All For One replies. I like how they're all flying, because they can all fly. All For One is just floating, because he has airwalk, or whatever he calls it. They're all just flying next to him. "You aim to split us up and crush us individually," says All For One. "I must say, it's quite the plan. If you've taken into consideration whether you can even beat us separately." Oh, he's talking shit. Yes, dude. Shit talking All For One's the best. "You've done nothing more than divide the already dwindling stock of heroes. What a terrible person you are, Endeavor. Did you leave One For All to face off against Tomura? I'm not sure if that was the best decision. Such a cruel way to distribute them all." As we get Todoroki versus Dabi. Yep. And they're fighting at Kamino. Okay, there's more than just those two there. We have Ida and Burnin and Kiddo, the assistant of Endeavor. And we get one Nomu for sure. Wow. Okay. This is crazy. Okay. Leaving the youngest son to fight his brother, all to clean up the mess you created. That is crazy. Like, I so expected Endeavor to verse Dabi, but they didn't go that route. That's really unique. I like that. But it is Todoroki versus his brother. a little bit less emotional weight to that. Obviously on Dabi's end, he freaking hates Todoroki, but or Shoto. They're all Todorokis, but Shoto. I call him Todoroki. You guys know what I mean. But as even Todoroki has said, he doesn't really know Dabi. He was too young to know him. He wasn't in his life, so it wouldn't be quite as impactful as Endeavor versus Dabi. But I'm getting ahead of myself. But that's cool. Wow. And there's also a lot more people in the background too. It's not just those people I mentioned. There is a Nomu here to help Dabi though. I assume every villain's gonna have at least one of the Nomu to like kind of lend a hand, because the Nomu are no joke. Although burning should be good against Nomu, because as you know, fire is a very good because they can, if you just burn the cells so hot that they just don't regenerate, you know. So anyway, I'm sorry I'm talking so much. Todoroki and Dabi, we got a shot of the two of them right here. How long do you plan on abusing your children? He's just talking mad shit to Endeavor. Crazy. By the way, we get a shot of Todoroki looking badass as usual, and then you get a shot of Dabi, who just got this resting bitch face. Like a tremendous resting bitch face as he looks at Todoroki. That's good stuff. I don't know anything else to say. That she's just got a major resting bitch face. What the hell? Whoa. Okay. Schlick, as we see the portal opening up. UA, what's going on? Okay. All right. This one kind of gave me chills a little bit. Okay. So, it looks like UA, or at least the dormitories, not the dormitories part, like the actual school building of UA, is flying in the air on this giant hunk of rock. They just sending it into the air, and they have this cage of sorts over the campus. And Shigaraki is getting sent here. Who are they sending to fight him, I wonder? We have Bakugo. He says, "Hey, Jeans." He says, "His best genius is here. This is bad. Something's gone wrong." Shouts Bakugo. Deku ain't here. Okay, I'll go. I don't want to like analyze too many things at once. I just read the next line. Deku ain't here. Okay. All right. So focusing on the UA building. Holy shit! This is crazy. Okay. We have Bakugo, Genist, and what was supposed to be Deku. That's crazy. They're supposed to have Deku and Bakugo and Genist be the ones to fight Shigaraki. You know how cool that would have been? We got robbed. But that's okay. This is crazy. So it's gonna be Bakugo essentially alone versus Shigaraki here. Obviously Genist is gonna help, but it looks like they have various platforms like hung by string throughout this whole campus area. I think that's what Genist is doing. That is crazy. Okay, now to scroll down, because I saw a lot in the next picture. I didn't want to like freak out about two things at once. Deku ain't here. As we get, oh my god. Whoa, what is the setting? Okay, Deku ain't here. Wait, in the foreground, we have Uraraka, Froppy, and Deku. And Toga. So the thing that wrapped around Deku was one of Toga's bloodsucker, like string things. That's what pulled him in. There's two Nomu here. So they have two Nomu. Holy shit. And they're at this like water location. They're like ankle deep in some water. And in the background, there's like a fish. There's a building with like fish icon. Is this supposed to be some sort of like SeaWorld or something? Like, we have Gang Orca here too. Okay. Hold up now. There's no way they planned for Uraraka, Froppy, and Gang Orca to take on Nomu and Toga. I'm sorry, that's very lopsided in the favor of the villains. Maybe it's because I'm not a big Froppy fan. Like, I think she's fine. But, like, come on. You can't have Froppy take on not one, but two Nomu. Gang Orca's a beast, but, like, him alone still can't even do that. And then you have to deal with Toga, who I guess the heroes don't know this, but also has twice his blood. Hell no, dude. Hell no. That would they're lucky Deku got pulled into this. They would have gotten destroyed. Obviously, there could be more heroes here, but there's even more villains behind Toga. I think that fish guy got here too. Yeah, that makes sense. He's the water guy from way back at the USJ. Speaking of USJ, where is the OG Nomu? I want him to return. I want that would be the greatest wraparound of the whole. They've been doing all these references to the beginning of the series. We've seen the sludge villain at a certain point. Where's the USJ Nomu? Last we saw, he was just like captured, and then that was it. Anyway, Uraraka shouts, "Deku-kun, why are you? You're supposed to be where Shigaraki is." Deku said, "My danger sense didn't even activate." Oh, I didn't even think about that. Amid a chaos-filled war, Toga Himiko's goals remain unclear. Ooh. Ooh, you know what that means? That's a tease right there. That could mean that Toga isn't a danger to Deku right now. She could turn on the League. That's crazy. Oh my god, I got chills. I always expected there was a chance Toga could like be a traitor. Not a traitor, but like I guess it would be a traitor. Interesting. That's the end of the chapter, by the way. Holy shit, what a chapter, dude. Oh my god. So we got a lot of our fights here. We don't have all the students and all the villains and stuff, but we have like a lot of most of the notable ones. Because for instance, we know that like Kirishima and stuff appeared through to this battle too. Are they still on the original battlefield with Fat Gum? Which actually that might be the case. Let me see. Fat Gum's. I don't think that's Kirishima standing next to Fat Gum, but there's a chance because as we know, they're homies. So. This first battle with Endeavor, Hawks, Tokoyami, Woods, fighting All For One, that's gonna be a good fight. I don't underestimate All For One, the original, because dude, that guy can still swing. You best believe he can hit hard. That's going to be a really good fight. I actually applaud Horikoshi for not just putting Endeavor in front of Dabi. That would have been a very expected fight. I do kind of like him. Because here's my thing. I think All For One, the original body, has to die at a certain point. I'm honestly surprised he's been around this long. I thought it would have happened earlier. Does he die here? Maybe with Endeavor. Maybe Endeavor dies fighting him. But then it would kind of like leave the whole like Dabi situation out of it because you kind of expect them to confront. But we'll see, you know? Because as we know, All For One will live on through Shigaraki. I think I'd love to see the original die here. If it's by the hands of Endeavor, man, that'd be like... He would do the thing that All Might could never do. Because All Might thought he killed him originally years ago. He didn't. Fought him again at Kamino. Obviously, he wasn't going to be able to kill him at the strength level he was at, but he knocked him out. And then if you have Endeavor kill him, man, that'd be incredible. So that'll be a really good fight. I actually like that setup a lot. The next one we have with Todoroki versus Dabi, with can't leave out Burnin and Ida. I like how Ida's here. Ida's a great person to have with Todoroki because as we just saw a couple chapters ago, you know, Ida was expressing that like, you know, I've got brother situation stuff too. I know how it feels with family. Obviously, they're a lot different, but clearly that was a tease for this. And they have a Nomu of their own to fight. And a lot of these, we only get one shot really of the groups. And there's a lot of people in silhouettes and stuff. So there's more people to these fights than I'm listing. These are just the ones I can see. That'll be a good fight. Again, Todoroki versus Dabi. Pretty cool. Obviously, like Todoroki is a huge advantage because fire doesn't hurt him. Well, I mean, it does. His own fire doesn't hurt him because he's been mastering it. Dabi's could definitely hurt him because it's hotter. But Todoroki has the ice going for him. I think that's in Todoroki's favor. I don't know. We'll see. But Dabi has a lot of pent-up rage against Todoroki. He hates him. He hates his guts. I think only Endeavor does he hate more, right? Like, if you think about it. That's probably like 1A and 1B is like who he hates more. But and then you have the USJ. This one's wild to me. One of the battlefields they chose was they lifted the high school into the sky as an arena, like cage match, like style thing. That's pretty wild. The other ones, I get it. Communal Ward. So far, all the locations have been a special like thing, like a special area in this series' history. Communal Ward, obviously, big thing. USJ, obviously, also a big thing. Gunga Mountain, and these are all locations that like they're kind of devastated from war already, so it's like it's a good choice in the sense that like it's territory they understand, they've already been there and fighting, and there's no one living there. It all makes sense. And obviously they evacuated whatever chunk of UA they lifted out of the ground here. There's guaranteed no one on it, especially if you plan to have Shigaraki fight here. But man, Bakugo and Genis versus Shigaraki, it makes you worry about Bakugo. Like, I love Bakugo. He's my favorite character. I think he's a beast. But against Shigaraki, we just saw Shigaraki beat Star and Stripes, man. Not only that, but if he touches you, Bakugo, that's a good quirk to take. Explosion, that's something Shigaraki would want. That'll be a good fight. It'll be really cool, actually, to see. I like that setup. I like that they have Bakugo. I know Genis is here, but he's essentially 1v1ing Shigaraki. I think Genis is going to play the supporting role. So that'll be really good. And then this one at the end. This one at the end is so fascinating for a number of reasons. First of all, it's a location that has no real significance to my knowledge. I can't think of what this location is. Some sort of, like, again, SeaWorld. Maybe it's like a aquarium or something. There's a building in the background. It seems to be kind of wide open. There's like almost like marshland in front. Unless this is like the beach. It might be the beach. I can't even really tell. Excuse me, sorry. We only get like the one shot, really. But man, Deku's danger sense not going off. That just immediately makes you think that Toga has like other plans, you know? Maybe we're jumping to conclusions. Maybe she's not trying to like turn on the villains. But the fact that she loves Deku and Uraraka so much, and Froppy too, kind of, in a way, not really as much. But maybe that just masks any sort of like bloodlust that would trigger danger sense, you know? Toga's a very weird individual. So if she's so damn weird that it even makes the danger sense quirk, like, not sure if she's really, you know, like, that would make total sense to me. I would not put that past her. But it says Toga's goals remain unclear. So that implies, I don't know, man. Maybe that's why the odds are stacked so much against Deku and the other three, like Gang Orca, Froppy, and Uraraka, with having two Nomu here plus a bunch of the others. Maybe Toga helps them. Maybe Toga does the twice clone quirk here to help take out the Nomu and stuff. It's possible. Anything at this point could really happen with this. This is the one of all the fights here. This is the one that's the biggest WTF. Like, this could, I don't know what's gonna happen here. But yeah, the setups have been established, folks. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 locations that had been revealed to it. 5 technically, if you count Facum's location of the original play. So 5 battle zones Of where presumably the final arc's gonna roll out, these 5 different battles, and I can only assume we're gonna either like focus on one at a time, or maybe like we'll get half of one fight, then cut to another, or like all at once. I kind of hope it's not all at once. I don't want like a couple attacks of one fight, then cutting to another fight. I'd rather they focus on like either one at a time, or focus on one fight, get a good amount of progress in that fight, and then maybe leave it on a cliffhanger and go to a different fight. Please don't just jump around every second to a different fight. Like, let's let the emotions play out a little bit on each of these, because there's a lot of juice here. A lot. Great chapter, though. Really great chapter. I have nothing else to say. I kind of left it all out there, about 30 minutes of recording. Please leave your thoughts down below. If you like this video, consider liking and subscribing. I do these every single week. And thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, this has been Mighty Gazelle, hoping you all have a mighty day. See you guys.